Hello. So you're probably wondering what this latest video here, and that is actually when I was editing the desk unboxing just this week, as the video would have launched by now. The cable tray had actually turned up the day after of me editing. Now, I was going to try and see if I could film myself unboxing and then put the video into the current video that I uploaded online, but of course, unfortunately, at this current point in time on YouTube, you can't re-upload a video and keep the same URL and everything else. So this is just a follow-up to the previous video, which is the cable tray has now finally arrived. So this is it here, just unboxed. It's just not much. This is all it is, just a tray. So in a bit I will show you it installed and go from there, really. So this is literally under the desk. It looks like a spider's nest of wires and stuff. Got the server finally built. Yeah, so I got to try and get this thing installed. See, there's, you can't probably see it, but there's screw holes underneath, just about here. About, well, it's so dark under here. So what it turned out to be was that the tracking had got messed up, and it hadn't actually been sent back to Germany. It wasn't to do with a shortage in that sense. Instead, it was just simply it was just the tracking had messed up, and it actually had arrived in the UK. So that's all. So we're going to try and somehow get this thing in, and then get all these cables in without. That's going to be the hardest bit, if you remember from the previous video, which was the wires were crudely put together, but we should be all right and sorted. So let's get on with it. So this is just so cheaply made, because the ends have now decided to just literally fall out. And you can see there's just so little solder. I mean, I'm just trying to see what I can. I can't really see anything, but you know, this is just dreadful quality. You know, this should not be. You know, literally over time. You know, there's barely any solder on the ends. And that's just it. So I really don't know what else to say, basically, other than this is just very poor quality light bar. Yeah, that's how much copper's exposed. It's like barely any of the ends are connected. Green's completely gone. Black's now came out, and that's decided to fall off the thing. So this looks like it's going to be another fixing up job, and this should not be happening when you're spending this, you know, £2,000 or so, including accessories, on a new desk. This should be much more better quality, and the fact that this has already happened, this desk is only a few months old, is just dreadful. So we're going to have to see what we can do about this, because this seems to be spending more time fixing things that should work instead of using things. Okay, so after a few days of soldering on the LED bar, finally got it all back together. So it now properly and finally works. Got all the grills to work. So once again, what happened was the LED bar. So that's now all back in place. Lights up fine. And if we go underneath, oh, it fell. Right, so we've got all the wires in place, all connected round. So that's all back in, sorted. Yeah, go from there.